Hi, my name's Sue Larkey. I'm a consultant for children with autism and a teacher of children with autism. Today, I want to talk to you about the use of sensory tools, which are fantastic for children with autism spectrum disorder. The way we use sensory tools is children on the spectrum tend to be what we call kinesthetic or kinesthetic learners, which means they often fidget with things in their hands or need things in their hands to help them process. Some of you listening might actually be the sort of people, when you're listening to people, you fidget, or a lot of women, when we're on the phone, we like to move or do another job, and we're listening just as well when we're moving as when we're sitting still. In fact, when we're sitting still, we find it harder to concentrate. So for many children on the spectrum, we find sensory tools a very effective strategy to use. Lots of you listening have probably seen me at workshops and seen the sensory tools I use. Well, today I just want to show a few new ones that I've just started using. These are fantastic. So some children are actually oral, which means they seek oral stimulation to calm themselves, reduce anxiety, but also they put lots of things in their mouths. We know with all sensory tools, if you take out of their mouth the thing that's in their mouth, whether it be their hand, their finger, their hair, they'll replace it with something else. So it's better we replace it with something. So these are fantastic new pencil ends. So they go on the end of the pencil, so lots of you know pencil grip. On the end goes the pencil topper. Now you can get ones that are like this or with the train or just the plain ones. Anyway, have a look on the website for more information. But they're great because the kid can chew them and they can have that on their pencil and saves them chewing a pen or pencil. So when people say to me, "Oh Sue, that looks a bit strange," well, have you seen a child with autism who's chewing a pen or pencil and they eat the whole thing and then it's slobbered everywhere and then it's hard for them to use the pencil, whereas this way they've got something on the end that helps them that they can chew. There's also these fantastic new chewy tubes. Lots of you have been using the traditional chewy tube, but they've now made this nice strong one. I prefer it because a lot of our kids would get a lot of spit in this part of the chewy tube. These new ones are nice and firm and they can use those. There's also some other new chewy toys on my website, or chewy tools as I like to call them. Some children actually aren't oral, they actually like more visual or movement things, and these ones are for kids who like to fidget in this way. So these are the twist puzzle toys. So a child sitting at assembly or at the mat. Now, I tend to use these when children have to sit for long periods of time, so they might need something like this. Or some of these things are absolutely brilliant. These are the little caterpillars, so children love those. Or these, although they're meant to be a wristband, most of the kids I know just use them as a little fidget toy like this. There's also, some children don't like those more tactile things. They actually like a firmer or deep pressure. So some of our kids actually seek deep pressure, and you'll know these kids, they bump into things, they lean on things, and they tend to seek deep pressure. Juggling balls are fantastic because sometimes they can rub them on themselves or just push them into themselves, and these are great for kids who love deep pressure. These smiley balls are great for kids who have a lot of like to squeeze things, and also for kids who love blue tack, these are fantastic too. These are just little animals, but if you don't give the kid this, they're going to be seeking blue tack anyway. These pens are wonderful for kids who love sensory, but I've been using it as a motivator. So for a kid who maybe isn't interested in writing, if you said to him, once you've finished your writing, you can have a go of my special pen. And just this week I tried that with a little boy who wasn't very engaged in writing. I said to him, "Mate, when you've done 3 sentences, you can have a go of my special pen." And he immediately got on with writing his 3 sentences so he could have a turn of this lovely, I mean, can you imagine for a child with ASD, they'd have to squeeze that, just divine. For those of you who want more information on the products, you can actually request on my website my new catalogue, and all of these products I'm showing you today are in the back of the catalogue. But also, on the very back of the catalogue is a recommended resource for different age groups. And you can also download that off my website, because I get requests all the time saying, "Sue, what would you recommend for different age groups?" So I'd highly recommend you download that recommended resources, particularly if you're new to autism spectrum. It can be a little bit overwhelming whether you're a parent or professional knowing which resources are helpful for you. So that's the full colour catalogue that you can download, and we'll post that to you if you're in Australia or New Zealand. So feel free to request that on the website. I hope you've got some good ideas with sensory, but the last one I want to leave you with is this fantastic new desk buddy. Now, why have I got scissors in my hand? Because although this is meant to be put on the desk, the way I've been using it is actually cutting it up. So you can either cut it in half and the child just have it like this. And I saw a beautiful little boy this week who was having trouble sitting, and he was rolling all over the ground and totally distracted at mat time while the teacher was doing roll call. And then the teacher gave him his desk buddy, and he sat up straight, sat with this in his hand, flapping it like this, and was able to sit for 10 minutes. Now, this is a child who hadn't sat for 10 seconds before he was given the desk buddy. So this is how I'd be using it. You can also cut it into smaller sections, and you can see the different textures there. So I'd recommend you can cut it up into the different textured bits depending on the kid. Older kids might just like to have that in their pocket to fidget, but it's just fantastic. I gave it to a boy with autism, and he just squashed it on his face, and then you just saw him calm. He actually shut his eyes. So look, the children are going to use this in unusual ways, and that's what I know about autism. Give it a try. Sometimes the most unusual things work best. So that's called the Desk Buddy on the website, and I'd highly recommend, yes, it can be used as a ruler, but cut it up into little sensory experiences. Have fun with that, and I hope you enjoyed the video.